Hi guys, my name is Josh from Phix Social. Today we're going to talk about how you can build a loyalty program inside of a messaging platform using messenger chatbots that rewards your best customers, focus on customer retention, ultimately builds your revenue. Now in this presentation we're going to go over 3 messenger integration innovations. And what I'm going to show you is basically proven time and time again to be the highway to explosive business growth. Now, through ManyChat, which is a messenger chatbot service of which we are an agency partner with, we have the coming together of 3 of the biggest businesses in the world: Apple, Facebook or Messenger, and Android. Now, this is really powerful. Let me tell you why. But first, let me ask you a question. Are you a member of a loyalty program of any brand? No? Yes? I'm sure probably most of you are. But let me ask you another question. Whenever you visit a new city, have you ever visited sites like TripAdvisor or Google Maps or Yelp for recommendations? Well, if you have, this webinar is really going to resonate with you. What I'm going to cover today is an omnipresent marketing strategy that blows away any marketing techniques today based purely on results. Now, I'm sure you've probably recognized some of these brands. All of these brands have developed a very strong loyalty program, everything from restaurants, airlines, hotels, even to sports and shopping centers. Now, these brands are some of the biggest brands in the world because they know exactly where the audience is. Now, let's have a quick look at an example here. So, you all know Starbucks. In September 2012, Starbucks was a failing company until they launched their rewards program. The following quarter, they had a record-breaking $2.65 billion in turnover. And how much do you think of that was attributed to a loyalty program? 39%. Now keep that in mind, 39%, as we will revisit this number again down the road. So let's have a quick look at another case study. Have you heard of SPG? No? Perhaps maybe you've heard of this company, Marriott. Last year, Marriott acquired SPG for $13 billion. They merged the Ritz-Carlton, Marriott, and SPG to become the largest hotel chain in the world. And Bloomberg has stated that the central strategic rationale for Marriott's acquisition of SPG was their loyalty program. They have 110 million members on their loyalty program, which account for a whopping 55% of the entire yearly revenue. That's directly attributed to customer retention. So what about this trend? You could say, all right, Josh, and it's all fair and good, but these case studies are about massive brands. What about the small guys? I'm like, all right, cool. Well, let's go a step smaller. Valpak, they see the trend. They're a coupon distribution company based in the US, which are now moving digital. They are introducing messenger coupon distribution because they know that's where the audience is. But let's go another step smaller. Here's a pizza restaurant, also based in the US, and through one Facebook post integrated with a messenger loyalty program on the back end has reduced almost 7,000 comments, 500 shares, and an annual impact of $141,000. For an ROI of almost 13, pretty much. That is insane. This post has reached 110,000 people and grown a database of 4,500 locals, which this company can message to at any time. Is that possible with traditional print media marketing? Definitely not. This is huge. Not only that, those 4,500 people, a massive 1,600 redeemed this initial offer, which equates to 34%. You remember that Starbucks figure? They are certainly getting the right audience here. So through messenger marketing, you can have a meaningful customer conversations, engagements, and sales that was never possible with traditional print media or email marketing. Now ask yourself, how engaged are your customers on Facebook page? I'm sure most of you have been led to believe you need to post daily or even email your audience on the regular. How many of your Facebook posts have 4,000 to 5,000 comments? Are your email open rates 80 to 95%? Not likely. They're probably more like 20% at best. And what are your click-through rates like? Are you seeing 30, 50% like this pizza restaurant? If you're anywhere near the industry standard, you're lucky to get like 1 or 5%, somewhere around there. So, what does this all mean? It's basically a license to print money. That's what it means. Messenger marketing is the next uncrowded marketing channel. Big brands are crushing it right now, and so can you. So there's a age-old argument of customer acquisition versus retention, and basically what our program does is it covers both. If you look at the big brands, clearly customer retention is of utmost importance. With ManyChat in our program, small companies can implement the exact same systems or even better than the big brands. You know, so how is that? Well, it's because you are creating your platform where the users are. No need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on an app and try to get customers to download it, or you don't need to educate them how to use it. You hit the audience where they are comfortable, which means no need for educating them on app usage. So the question is, do you want to be like this poor hamster here in a constant grind for customer acquisition? Look at him go. Uh, you know, or do you want to be like this guy who has nailed his retention strategy? Um, well, let me show you a quick demo, I suppose, of how it all works. You see, and so it all starts with an initial offer, and in the background here you can see a bit of our one of our ManyChat flows, kind of gets them through it. But basically, it starts with a Facebook post, which we then use targeted Facebook and Instagram advertising, which gives us a clear call to action to comment on the post. We have a chatbot then that's integrated on the post, which then automatically subscribes the customer to your bot when they comment on the post, which then messages them straight away and presents them with the offer. We then cause the post to go viral by gamifying the process and promoting viral share loops within the Messenger chatbot, which you can kind of see in the background here. And here's how it works. This quick little demo. So they'll get the post, say congratulations, wanting to claim your buy one get one free offer. It sort of gives a bit of the conditions. It automatically imports the user's email, which they can click on, and you can now email them whenever you want, which is super great, And then we then also say like, hey, we have like these competitions on the back end. You can get in entries via sharing the cards or like tagging mates, stuff like that. They instantly get the post back in the messenger where they can click the share button and instantly send to any one of their friends. They just click the send, and that goes straight to that user's inbox. That user then can click the get offer button like just like these, and it will go through the same exact flow, which drives down your customer Facebook, your Facebook ad costs, because it's getting more and more users in. And then after that, they then with the offer they can basically hit the redeem button, which is kind of what you're seeing in the background, is the back end of it, and this is how it works. Right. So they'll hit the redeem offer, which says come when you come visit, please hit the thing. They'll click the redeem offer just again, just in case, because they might have fat fingers. They'll then get asked what their total bill amount is, and that information will then get written to a Google Sheet in a back profile, which will then be able to track all the sales and which offers sold really well, which didn't, and then you can sort of reiterate and do different things. But then a day later or a few hours later, depending on the type of business, we can then use basically ask questions of the customer, because we have them subscribe to this bot, and gain sort of customer intelligence, and then also use their reviews to then market again to things like YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all that. I'll show you how this quickly works real quick. So it says, thanks for redeeming your offer. We hope you had a great time. We'd love to sort of get your feedback on a scale of 1 to 5. How do you recommend us to your friends? They can click a button. If they click 1, 2, 3, we'll then automatically notify the manager, who can then sort of intervene and intercept a bad review before it happens and turn it into a good review. If they hit 4 or 5, they're like, hey, thanks. Like, what did you like about it? They'll go, they'll leave their review roughly. But in the Messenger platform, which is going to be super powerful, I'll show you why in a moment. It'll then also ask them for to leave a video or picture of you, which can be really cool if you're a cafe or a restaurant. They take good photos, and they can post them up that sort of way, which we'll then use later on, and then go, thanks for leaving a review. Like, would you like to be entered into our monthly competitions by sharing your review? And of course they're going to do that. Like, why wouldn't they, right? Automatic entries to every competition. So they've already typed in their review, which we then post back to them. Go, just copy this review, and we'll post it. We'll then be able to. You can visit these review sites, leave the same rating, and paste your review back into it and submit it. We have all the review sites there. Each one has different amounts of entries depending on which ones you want to sort of focus on. When they click on it, it goes automatically to the TripAdvisor or the Google Maps review page part of it, where they can then, post that picture that they've just uploaded, and then copy paste their review in, or write a different one if they want. It's really up to them. And then once that's done, they can then click when finished, and that'll let them know how many sort of entries they got again, and go, hey, we'll notify you via the Facebook page and Messenger. So like our page, which can then sort of build your sort of social rankings. But that's not it, right? So what did we do in that previous thing? We asked for their review and their images and videos within the Messenger platform, not to leave it straight on the review sites themselves. And why did we do that? All right, the reason being is that we can then use those reviews to basically create SEO optimized reputation marketing. And what I mean by that is that we can then automatically post their review with a whole bunch of your SEO data on the back end of it, things like your address and website and stuff like that, which are great for citations for your business and build your Google Maps rankings to all these different sites. So if they leave video reviews, we can send it to YouTube, we can send that to LinkedIn. If it's a text review, we can smash it to Twitter, Reddit, Blogger, Tumblr, all these sort of things. Post it on your Facebook page as like user-generated content. So, you don't have to stress about trying to think of a content to post every day. It can be automatic all from your customers, And what does that mean? It means higher rankings on search engines and review sites, and, which will then ultimately draw in customers because you're now number one on the top of your Google Maps, and you'll basically be able to blow away your competition, because I guarantee you they're not doing this. But what else can you do, right? So these customers, I said earlier that we write this information to a Google Sheet, right? We also, when that happens, we write their things like their Facebook ID and their email, which we can then go and create custom audiences and say, hey, Facebook, these ads that you're showing to people, I want you to show those ads to more people like these customers. Do you know what I mean? And which then ultimately brings down your advertising costs, and makes your ads cheaper and more efficient. And you can then also target different things for people who left reviews. Like, oh, hey, like, you left a review here, do you mind leaving a review there? Things like that. You can send them different offers and different just, I guess, different images and stuff like that. But we how we do this is through an external software called Zapier or the Integromat. And I sort of alluded to this earlier, is reviews retargeting. So we can then basically retarget people who left reviews and basically propagate those reviews to different channels, which do really well. And so this leads us to our last case study, which is pretty much like the ultimate case study, because what's possible is basically that this fish and chip shop is in a tiny town of 14,000 people on an island on the south coast of England. It's hardly the mecca of customer traffic. And I want to show you how this sort of program helped them. In the 3 months that we started basically this program at the end of October in 2018, and in 3 short months increased their Facebook likes by 50%. So we joined in here, and in 3 months, 50% of their total reviews have come from that 3 months that we've operated in, compared to the, however many number of years they've been operating. And we've also then increased our like rate by 1,700%. And let's get to the reach. Yeah. So, and then the post that we posted with them, their reach skyrocketed. But what's really interesting here is that because our paid post is seeing a lot of likes, comments, and shares, Facebook go, this company must be doing something right. All these people are commenting, liking, like, let me show their post to more people. And so you can see, prior to us coming onto their program, their organic reach was minimal at best. Once we sort of started throwing money at these things and getting people interacting with their comments, their organic reach, then triple, quadrupled, 500x what it was previously. And so basically you're getting more eyeballs on those daily posts, for free by driving traffic to a single post rather than spreading your money, boosting random little posts all the time. And so just to sort of reiterate this is that they did a post probably 2 or 3 months down the line, and without any ad spend, within 1 hour, got 32 comments and 28 shares, and it only reached 1,000 people. So that engagement to sort of eyeball reach is huge, and just to show what our review sequence bot did on the back end, their Facebook reviews have gone from 4 to 4.4 in the 3 months that we've been with them. So he's pretty happy. And so I just wanted to show you a quick little example of the difference between messenger marketing versus email marketing. So this on the left is one of the offers we did with them, which was a buy one get one free fish and chips. And this was sent to 700 people, delivered to virtually everyone. It was opened by everyone, as you can see here, and almost 17%, 120 people redeemed this offer initially. We then have reminder sequences down the end that this number then pops up to a bit higher. I'll show you a bit later on. But if you were to versus compare this to email marketing, if you were to send it to the exact same number of people, in the typical restaurant open rate is about 21%, which means 153 people would have read the email, and the typical restaurant click-through rates is about 1 to 2%, which means that only 10 people would have redeemed this offer. And that means that 12 times more redeems are used through messenger marketing over standard email marketing. That's huge. And then, so let's have a quick little look at the back end of some of our metrics here. The blue column on the right here shows the redeem percentage, which again is in the 30-ish% range, which is kind of similar to Starbucks, if you remember. What's interesting to notice is that at the 31 day breakdown, we see a spike in the redeem percentages. That means that 31 days after they received the offer, they then redeemed it. And again, a similar sort of spike in the sort of 11 to 12. And the reason behind this is that we have within Messenger, we can send reminders at 15 days and then at 30 days to be like, hey, you've got this offer, remember? Like, come on back to the restaurant. We're waiting we're happy to see you. And this reminds them again. They're like, oh, cool, yeah, like, I'm gonna use that offer, and they come back in. And then another thing we look at is average sale price for their bill for each of the offers. And so you can find out which offers are doing really well, which offers are doing not so well. I mean, these ones are low because it's a £1 offer, but you can go, all right, this opt-in offer is amazing. This one's kind of average. This one's okay. I mean, the fish and chips store has quite low cart value, so that's kind of why they have those. But that's the sort of things you can do with this program, I guess, is see what works, see what doesn't. And so let's have a quick look at their reviews. Before the program, they were getting 1 to 2 reviews every 2 months, and it was a pretty mixed bag. 1 star, 3 stars. We got a 1 star, we got a 5-star in here. It doesn't say it says recommended, but after the ROI program, we were at 3 months pretty much. We're getting 1 to 2 reviews every other day, and they're all 5 stars. Look at this: 5-star, 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 5-star. And this is in a small town of 14,000. That's massive. And so what has this done for their Google Maps rankings? It's taken them from a 4.0 to a 4.3 and ranking number one for their main their main keywords in Google Maps. So, you know, what does that mean in tourist season? You know, when people they come over to the Isle of Wight there, and they're out there on the green at the beach, and they're like, oh, fancy some fish and chips or a little bite to eat, and they look on Google Maps, like, what are they going to see? Corey's Cabin, number one. 100% they're going to go there. They're not going to go to this number two or number three because that's the best rated one. I guarantee you in another few months that'll be a 4.5, 4.6, which will blow all these guys out of the way, and it'll be a no-brainer to go to them. But, you know, so if like shares and reviews paid the bills, though, we'd all be rich. So, like, what effect has this had on their bottom line? You know, just the Omnipresent marketing strategy and loyalty program accounted for an increase in monthly revenue for Corey's, this fish and chip shop cabin, of 24% over the previous same period last year. You know, so like that's massive. Imagine what your business could do with an extra 24% each month. You know, month on month out of revenue. You know, it's huge. So let's have a quick little recap of what we did here. You know, we with Corey's Cabin, we increased their revenue by 24%. We got their Facebook reviews from 4 to 4.4, likes up by 50%, page likes, you know, and their like rate up by 17,000, which means their organic reaches are increasing. The posts that they're seeing daily are getting more eyeballs, and more people are coming to their business. And Google Maps ranking from 4 to 4.3 and up to number one for their main keyword. Uh, the real powerful thing is their email list. You know, they built a database of about 10% of the town population, you know, which they can now market to whenever we like. And so when it's quiet season, you know, and the tourists are gone, we can hit up the locals, be like, hey guys, you know, come on down, we've got this great offer for you. And it can be personalized based on each of the local, and how you can segregate the lists and what have you based on their questions that you can ask through Messenger, which is super powerful. And so really that's about it really. If you would like to find out more, you can click below. There's a link to book a strategy call. Send us an email. We're happy to chat. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate your time, and have a good one. Bye.